What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In the last video I showed you how to build a mining rig from start to finish using a couple of the components that I normally do. So with that, I did use a B450 MSI Gaming Plus Max motherboard and an Athlon 3000G. I thought the Athlon 3000G was the savior of budget crypto mining builds. Was I wrong? I don't think so, but there was some hiccups along the way that I didn't realize until I tried to complete my build when the cards came in last week. So in that video, I went ahead and I installed 3 graphics cards. I got another one in the mail a couple days later and installed it with no problems. However, when the rest of my cards came in, I went to install them, they would not show up in Windows, and sometimes the system would just not post at all. Well, it turns out the Athlon 3000G only has 6 PCI lanes, meaning you can only use 6 devices. However, the integrated graphics in this bad boy uses 2 lanes by itself, leaving you with 4. When I was doing my research, when I was putting together this build, I saw that this had 8 PCI lanes, and I was mistaken. The information that was given to me was not right. So here I am, I'm gonna make a video about it and how to fix the problem, because you still can use 6 graphics cards with this. You just have to do a little bit of tinkering. Now, that was my bad, but guess what? We can fix it, so it's all right. In the future, I probably still will use these for 6 card rigs. However, if you plan to make any rigs that are larger than 6 cards, just be aware that you're gonna need to check the PCI lanes on a processor. And if you ever need to look that up, just type in the processor's name plus how many PCI lanes into Google. Now, don't do what I did and just read the first link and assume that that's canon. Sometimes on AMD's website and Intel's website, you can find the amount of lanes. However, for this one, for this processor, when I went to AMD's website, you can't find it. So I had to do a little bit of research and just to make sure that I wasn't going crazy, see if this thing had enough lanes for me. When I was doing the research and trying to figure out why my machine was no longer posting or showing more than 4 graphics cards, that's when I came along and found that it only has 6 total PCI lanes. So the solution that I came up with that solved the problem for me is you need to disable the integrated graphics and set everything to PCI 1. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. Let's go over to my mining rig that's using all these components so I can show you how I'm doing it. If you have a motherboard that's different than mine, it might not be exactly the same, but you should still be able to use this processor as long as the motherboard supports turning off integrated graphics and setting things to Gen 1 speeds, which does not affect mining at all because we don't send a lot of data back and forth as gaming does. That's why we can use those USB risers. So let's head on over to that computer and I will show you guys what we need to do. All right, so here we are in front of the mining rig that we built last time. Now, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna shut down the mining rig. So I have everything on a smart outlet, so I'm just gonna turn it off screen for you guys. Gonna give it a couple seconds for the power supplies to completely turn off. So now that the rig's off, we're gonna turn it back on and we're gonna wanna get into the BIOS on this machine. So we're gonna start tapping on delete to get in there. Once we're in the BIOS, it should look something like this if you are using the same motherboard that I was. Now, first things first is you are going to need to get into advanced mode. Up at the top, it should say advanced mode up here. Since I'm already in advanced mode, it's showing easy mode for me. So after you are in advanced mode, you're going to want to go down to settings here. Click on that. And once you're in settings, you're going to want to go into advanced. Now, under advanced, the first thing we're going to want to do is go into integrated graphics configuration. And on the previous build, I specified to go ahead and use the IGD because it worked with 3 cards in there. However, if you want to have more cards, you're going to have to disable this. So go into PEG, which is going to set the graphics adapter to what is plugged in to the PCI slot, and disable the integrated graphics down here. You're going to, instead of auto or force, you are going to select disable. And that will completely disable the integrated graphics in the Athlon chip. So after that, you're going to want to go back into settings, and then you're going to want to go into advanced again and look for the PCI subsystem settings. So click on that, and you're going to see a couple of different things here. If you hadn't already, please enable the above 4G decoding / cryptocurrency mining. That will help when you have multiple cards. And then right here where it says PCI _ E1 Gen switch, it's usually on auto or 3. You're going to want to select Gen 1. Next thing, the chipset Gen switch, you are also going to want to do the exact same thing on. And the PCIe lanes 1 configuration to auto. This option 4x4 will split the PCI lanes into 2 4-time slots. Now you don't want to do that. Leave it to auto so it can negotiate everything to 1 slot. Now after you're done with that, go up in the top right, hit this X, and you can't really see it now, but it does say if you want to save it and exit. So you're going to hit yeah, save and exit. As you can see, I haven't made any changes because I've already made these changes. I've been running this rig for a few days already with everything working. Just wanted to, test it before I made a video telling you guys how to fix it. So you're gonna hit yes, and then you're gonna need to reboot the machine. So it should reboot, and we'll have to give it a second here because it needs to change all the motherboard settings to what we just set it to. And it'll come up here soon. There's the MSI logo, the spinning Windows dots. Still waiting. Should pop up in just a second here. There we go. Loading. I had to set a password for this machine so that I could remote into it using the Windows RDP tool. And we're going to open up the device manager here, and we should see that we have 6 graphics cards installed. And it might do this where you can see that they get all yellow with the yellow triangle. Just give it a little bit of time and it'll usually negotiate those back into a working state. Now, if for some reason you sit here and nothing happens, this is what you need to do to get the rig operational. So as you can see, we have 3 cards here that are in the triangle warning mode. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to this first one. Don't hit uninstall, but you want to hit disable. So you're going to disable the card, cool. Go to the next one, do the exact same thing, disable. The third one, exact same thing, disable. Now you're going to start again from the top, and you are going to hit now the green enable device button. It's going to take a second for it to think. As you can see, there is no more yellow triangle. So now it is appearing to work perfectly fine. So we're going to do the same thing again with this one. Wait for it to come up before enabling the other one. There we go. And finally, the last one. Now, as you can see, this is a mostly 3070 rig. However, I do have one 6700 XT in there. For now, at least for now. There are some things I would like to do with the 6700 XT before I throw it in its own rig. Alright, so now you can see we have 6 graphics cards. We are going to go ahead and get it mining. Let's do that. Alright, so now it's starting to mine. You can see 6 of the graphics cards showed up. This miner specifically, I don't know if you guys can read up here, it says BlockFi. I am testing this out, I'll probably make a video on it later. I'm sending the mining rewards into BlockFi to increase the hash, or not the hash rate, but increase the profit that I get per hash, because BlockFi is giving about 6% interest on Ethereum right now. That's pretty great considering most banks don't even give you 0.5% anymore. They also do stable coins, but I'll go into more depth on that in another video of how I store my cryptocurrency and how I think everybody should probably store their cryptocurrencies. But like I said, we'll go into that on another video. I do need to go ahead and set my overclocks on this before I finish off everything and put it back into a working order. But that's how to fix everything. Thanks for watching today's video. If you did find that helpful, please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. I try to make content at least once a week. If you comment down below with any questions, I'll try to respond to them as soon as possible, usually at least same day or the next couple of days, depending on how busy I am. Now, I did want to let you guys know that I did create an Instagram account. You can reach out to me directly via that, and I will try and respond there as fast as possible. Also, you might also get to see some of the cool things I'm doing before I make a video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to leave it down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.